Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, I want to talk about hope. It's one of those things that us as humans tend to go, I hope I do this. I hope I can get there. I hope this happens in my life. But in reality, if you look back, you just step back and look at everything that's happened in your life so far, I'm willing to bet that you would realize that hope is not a strategy. It is actually a disaster waiting to happen. And if you look back, you probably can see the disasters that have happened in your life because you've just gone, I hope this happens. Because unless we gain clarity around what we need to do, what the next steps for us is, or what education we need, what skills we need to build, what communication we need to have, unless we figure that out, we are not going to be able to make whatever we hope for and desire happen in our life. Whether that's in your workplace where you go, I hope that they give us funding for these projects. Hope isn't just going to cut it. Like, yes, you can put the proposal in and all that sort of thing, but if you just do that and go, oh, I hope that they fund this project, it doesn't happen like that. So you need to have a strategy and understanding of what is gonna get that outcome. So in the case of, let's say, funding a project, it's not in your budget, it's something that's come up, it's something that is critical and is vital and would be very beneficial for the organization. You put up a proposal and you're like, oh yeah, I hope that it gets funded. I personally don't like leaving any of those sort of things that I can influence in some way to hope and chance. I'd like to do everything I possibly can to push it as far forward as possible. And then if it doesn't happen, look, I've given 110%. I've given everything I can and more to get that outcome that I wanted. And it didn't happen. Maybe it's not the right time for it. It'll happen when it's the right time for it. But in those sort of circumstances, I'd be looking at what is the outcome that I want? How is that outcome going to benefit the organization or the person that I'm dealing with or whatever it might be? And how can I add more value into that outcome that it becomes a no-brainer for them to support that vision? So in a lot of cases, when it comes to funding, for example, it's an easy one to kind of do because it's something that we do struggle with in the technology area, getting funding for projects, because sometimes some projects pop up and we've got to do what we've got to do to get that head start in that area. So I'd work with my financial staff as well as the CEO, the executive staff in the organization to understand what problems we have. Obviously, I try to be, even when I was in just a pure technology role, I tried my best to keep in touch with the executive teams of the businesses that I worked in so that I can have a finger in the pulse of where the organization's going, what are the big issues that they're facing, and how we can provide solutions from utilizing technology that we already may have or technology that is out there in the marketplace that can alleviate some of the issues that are there. So in a lot of those cases, having that sort of pulse, a finger in the pulse of the organization was very beneficial, which meant when I put in the proposal and then went in to discuss the proposal and the benefits and all of that, I could do it with a lot more weightage, saying doing these things is going to give us this benefit in the organization, and based on everything that you've said to me, these are the issues that you're facing, and putting this project in, system in, having this new staff in, whatever it might be, alleviates that problem and helps you get the results that you're wanting. And that when everything's focused on the business, the outcomes of the business and the outcomes of the people that are affected by the proposed project, then it's a lot easier because they look at it and go, oh, so you're thinking about my benefit, first thing. And you're thinking about the benefit of my staff. And then you're thinking of the benefit of my customers. Yes, if it's gonna benefit the staff, me, and the customers, how can we make this happen? And in a lot of cases, unless you have someone in the organization who has got it out for you and doesn't want you to be seen as someone who is doing great work, which has happened in my career, unfortunately, they'll be there to support you, and because they know that you are thinking about them and want to make their lives easier. You want to make the customers' lives easier, and you want to make the lives of the rest of the organization's staff easier. And you're looking at it holistically and going forward. Similarly, that's the financial stuff. Similarly, let's say career. For a long time, I was going, oh yeah, I hope I can get into like a technology manager role. I'd apply for roles, get rejected, apply, get rejected. Never really understood why it was. And then finally, when I did get the role, I had already had managing experience, managing my remote staff, because I was doing a business on the side, part-time. So I had that. I had gotten into a management role in the committee of a sporting club that I was playing for. I was doing coaching in the sporting club. So all of these things came together, and I also gained because I had coaches for the business. I had coaches for various areas of the business, as well as coaches for health and personal growth and personal development, which meant helped me understand what my strengths were. I could position myself in the right manner and was able to get the technology manager role and then the technology exec role as well, utilizing all these things that I'd learned from mentors and from coaches and from different areas, built skills in different areas, not quite planning for it, but it happened because I had a goal in those areas. But having those mentors and coaches guide me and help me get clarity in those areas, then my self-awareness that I got from the teachings that they had helped me utilize all of that to put together a strategy that then worked. I was finally able to get the technology manager role that I wanted for so long. And then from there, I was quickly able to get to a technology exec role and do the best I could in that organization as well. And so if your real desire is for a specific career, or maybe you're in a position where you've had it working in technology and you want to go to a different career, get a coach who can help you in clarifying your intentions, the reasons behind it, and what the path to that is. Because sometimes we, being in the weeds, like I as a coach have other coaches so that I can get out of my head and actually have the support that I need to find the best path forward. Similarly, having a coach on your side, either me or someone else like me, will help you shortcut the path, will help you not hope that you will get the promotion or get to the next stage, but rather have a strategy that you can work on, chip away day by day, build the skills, build the understandings, build a rapport and all that you need to finally get to the place that you want to go with your career, with your job, with everything that you do. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully it gets you out of this. I just hope that I can do this to a point of going, let me get the right help that'll support me in gaining the clarity of what I need to do to get to that stage or position that I want. To have a strategy, action plan that'll get you there. So I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you're notified of future episodes as they're released. I look forward to talking to you in a future episode.